You say, hey, what? No. I bathed. I bet it's his first time. It's okay. So, brothers and sisters, how about that Mike Tyson? How about him? Poor Marlene. All these years you've been coming here and she still shakes her head. I can't believe this guy is my rabbi. Yes, he's a boxer. And after 15-year retirement, he gets back into the ring last week against Roy Jones Jr., who had only been out for like a couple years. And granted, it was an exhibition fight. There was 8 two-minute rounds, but you have to have a lot of fire in the tank to want to put yourself through that again. Amen? Now, in an interview prior to the fight, he admitted something which is very transparent from Mike Tyson. He admitted that the reason that he stopped is the last fight he had, he started to get scared. He started to get scared. If you ever watched him box, that's a tough one to believe, but that's what he said. Brothers and sisters, to live this life, we get a lot thrown at us. Amen? Right, Tony? We get a lot thrown at us. And understandably, sometimes we get scared. We get scared. We all face some ominous opponents. We face temptation. We have faced discouragement. We have faced troubled health. We have faced financial issues, bad relationships, legal issues, aging issues. I can go on and on. Perhaps you are in the midst of such a fight right now. Some of us have been knocked down so much, you may not have much fight left in you to get back up. Now we have to contend these days with a reality of a corrupt government. From the 1-2 punch of election fraud to this Chinese virus hoax that's been put upon us. Life has a way of beating us up quite a bit, but truly none of us have been beat down like Rabbi Shaul. And look what he has the nerve to say. He never loses his fight. To keep fighting the good fight of faith, he says. He never lost his fight, nor should we. Nor should we. If you become fearful, brothers and sisters, the time has come to be fearless. We must get back in the ring of life like Mike Tyson and start swinging again. Yaakov will be our example of what it is to go from fearful to fearless, our example of how to get our fight back. Yaakov was born in a fighting mood. The way he was holding on to his brother Esau's heel while being delivered tells me right away that he's communicating something to his brother, that if you aren't interested in the fullness of God, get the heck out of my way because I'm interested in it. Yaakov is hungry. He's hungry and passionate for the blessings of God, not like his brother who sought the blessings of this world. Not the macho hunter type like his brother. Yaakov learned to be wily. He learned to be scrappy. And he never gave up till he finally wrestled away the blessing from his brother. And that's just the kind of people God wants to raise up. He wants to raise up a people who are hungry for his blessing, a people that will fight for the truth, a people who will fight to maintain the truth. Now, it's been approximately 20 years since Yaakov hastily left home after manipulating that firstborn blessing from his brother Esau. And Yaakov, crossing the river Yabok, headed back to his country with his own family, knowing doing so might mean a death match with his estranged brother. And crossing the river, brothers and sisters, crossing the river is symbolic to that culture, to his culture, symbolic of overcoming a hazard and then moving forward, evrit, crossing over to a new life experience. Jacob or Yaakov is crossing what is the watershed of his life. He's reconciling his past with Esau to face a future that would transform him forever. So he forded the Yabok. And when suddenly he's jumped and wrestled to the ground by what the Bible calls a man. But what he's probably thinking is a demon. And there came a point in this all-night wrestling match where there's a reversal. There's a point when the attacker becomes the attacked. It's a point where Yaakov, instead of surrendering, he surrenders his passivity. He surrenders his passivity for aggression and begins to fight back. And as Yaakov apparently is beginning to get the best of this man, he attempts a retreat. And he tries to release himself from Yaakov's hold. But Yaakov is locked on. And the struggle between them is relentless, and in fact, so intense in trying to get free. As Zachine Carlton read for us, the man dislocates Yaakov's hip. But no matter how much pain he's in, did you hear me? No matter how much pain he is in, physical, emotional, spiritual, relational, financial, no matter how much pain he's in, Yaakov is determined. He's determined to stay locked up. And as daybreak was approaching, the man calls for Yaakov to let him go. It's in the morning sun's first light. Yaakov catches a glimpse of what he thought was a demon, but he realizes now that this is no demon and this is no man. He who they had pinned to the ground was the Malach Adonai, was the angel of the Lord. And this is the conclusion reached by several ancient Torah sages in explaining Yaakov's request before releasing him to be blessed by this man. To be blessed by this man. Remember this. To try to unlock the mystery of who Melchizedek is, or Melchizedek is, how Abraham, rabbinical tradition states, no blessing may be sought except from him who has the power and the authority to bless. So desiring to be blessed by this man, we read in Hebrews 7:7 shows us the one who blesses has higher status than the one who receives the blessing. This messenger wasn't a man. And he wasn't a demon. This Malach was most likely the Melech, or God himself, the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords. And Yaakov, now with this blessing, is renamed by God, Israel, one who has Yisar, has struggled and prevailed with with God. And having seen the face of God, and yet his life was spared, he names the place Peniel, or face of God. Brothers and sisters, if you haven't noticed these days in the last month, I'm in a fighting mood. I am. I am in a fighting mood. Some of you are comfortable with that. Some of you aren't comfortable with it. But I am. I'm in a fighting mood. Our opponent is a pandemic of corruption, deception that's infecting everything that I love. From this nation to the body of Messiah, and going after even my family and kids. And I've had enough. The enemy's grand scheme, if you haven't figured it out yet, is to enslave this world and destroy you and I and all God's people. And they put it in writing. You can read it for yourself. And let's be clear, I don't like conflict. None of you like confrontation. None of you like conflict, nor do I. And I've fought, but I don't like to fight. As God himself called out Yaakov, challenging him to fight, it's God's getting a hold of him, wrestling with him, strengthening him, transforming him for what was ahead for him. He's calling us out as people of the way. You're being called out. And in the same way, Yaakov became Israel, a person of struggle, a person victorious, blessed, and transformed by struggle. It's time. Brothers and sisters in Messiah, it's time for us to surrender a passivity for aggression. It's time for the people of the way to fight back. You've got his power. You've got his power. Don't stay beaten down and fearful any longer. People of faith, believers don't retire. We're not quitters. Climb back into that ring like Tyson did and fight against the demonic forces that are infecting all that we love and believe in. Stand up against the lies and the hoaxes. Fight for the truth of Yeshua. Fight for the Torah. Fight for this life. This is no exhibition anymore, brothers and sisters. This is the real deal. This is the real fight the Lord has been training us all for. Stop being fearful. It's time to be fearless. The bell's rung. It's time to start swinging. Please rise. I'm a little fired up. Got a little Pentecostal on you.